Now the last device of this topic, moving coil galvanometer, right? It is used to detect the presence of electric field, right, in an electric circuit, just like as we use in case of potentiometer or meter based galvanometer, right? It simply detect the presence of electric field, you could say electric current, you can add on here, in an electric circuit, right? It can be used as an ammeter, as a voltmeter, later on we will do it, but it is based, first of all, its construction is concerned, a rectangular coil if you have seen here is used, right? A soft iron core is placed inside it, to increase the magnetic field. Next part is radial magnetic field. Radial electromagnets are used. Most of the time they ask the question, why radial, right? So while using the radial magnetic field, what happens? Remember this one. In radial magnetic field, the plane of the coil always remains parallel to the magnetic field. So in this condition, what happens? The tau becomes maximum, theta becomes 90 degree, and if you do remember that article, tau is equal to NIAB sin theta, it becomes sin 90. Means with the radial magnetic field, a coil will experience maximum torque NIAB. Remember this fact. It is sure short question, why radial field is used, right? Then we use after this a strip of phosphor bronze alloy is used to suspend the mirror and a spring of phosphor bronze is used to balance the torque. Question arises, why only the phosphor bronze? Right? Its simple answer will be the torsion constant, we will deal it later on, constant of phosphor bronze is minimum. Is there any substitute for it? Yes. Quartz family alloy can be used, right? That's how we describe it. And so far as this T1, T2 are concerned, they are the two knobs to flow the current. Through the loop. right? So by doing this, everything is crystal clear. What all parts we are having in moving coil galvanometer and why they are being used, right? Now, principle. By doing this construction exercise, it is all clear. What is clear? That it is simply based on the principle that when a current coil is placed inside a uniform magnetic field, it always experiences a torque on it. When a current carrying rectangular, we did that article, rectangular loop is placed inside a uniform magnetic field, it always experiences a torque. A torque which is given by tau is equal to NIA B sin theta. Now again the same topic. By using radial magnetic field, continuously I am repeating this word, radial magnetic field. What happens? The plane of the coil becomes parallel to magnetic field and normal of the surface will become perpendicular to it. Field, the torque becomes maximum. So tau experienced by the coil will become NIAB. Because of radial field it becomes sin 90, so it comes out to be NIAB. This is the torque produced in that coil, right? So how does it work? This is the principle. What is the working of this galvanometer? That is more easier than that. As this coil is connected to the knob with the help of the spring, right? So when a torque is produced, a restoring torque will develop inside the spring, right? This tau restoring is found to be directly proportional to the deflection shown in the mirror. We denote it with phi. Phi is the deflection shown by the galvanometer by this mirror. We will calculate how to calculate that one. And this tau restoring comes out to be C phi, where C is a constant. It is known as torsion constant. Torsion constant, right? So NIB is the applied one and C phi is the torque produced inside the spring. So in the equilibrium condition, what will happen? That tau restoring just balances that tau maximum, or you could say C phi equal to NIAB, right? From this we can have I equal to C upon NAB into phi. This is the final expression, right? C torque constant, N number of turns, A area of the loop, B is the magnetic field. This C via NAB is a constant, G we call it. So if so, then what we got? I becomes directly proportional to phi. That's how we can calculate the current, or we can detect the current, right? What is this phi? Phi is the deflection shown on the mirror. How to produce that deflection? So for that we use simple lamp and scale method, where we use a scale of 1 meter 100 centimeter and a lamp is hanged over it. So what happens? How much it get deflected, that's how we calculate the phi, right? This is called lamp and scale method. Right? So this is the working of moving coil galvanometer, right? So what is the use of this one? Question arises. So what we showed, what we have talked about up till now is that it simply detects the presence of electric field, right? But it can be used to measure the electric current as well as the potential difference, right? A galvanometer can be used as a what? A meter, I could say, to measure the current, and as a voltmeter, right? These are the two functions. But before going to that, we will define a very mathematical term but very frequently asked: current sensitivity of a galvano. How sensitive a galvanometer is, right? So this current sensitivity CS is defined as deflection shown for the unit current, for a small amount of current, right? Phi via I, right? Deflection per unit current, right? What we have got I equal to, just now we have got, what is the value of I? C via NAB times of phi, isn't it? So what we will get? Current sensitivity will become phi upon C via NAB into phi. Phi will be cancelled. We left with what? NAB via C. This is the key factor. The current sensitivity CS is NAB via C. Now they are asking question on it, this formula. So what we got? Current sensitivity is directly proportional to number of turns, area of the loop, magnetic field. But for these we have a particular constant. We can increase it up to a certain level only, right? So what is the next factor? CS is inversely proportional to C, which we have mentioned earlier on. Means lower be the constant, higher will be the current sensitivity. Means if we want to increase the sensitivity of a galvanometer, the torsion constant should be least. That's why we were using phosphor bronze at a metal strip as well as a spring, right? Next factor is voltage sensitivity, just parallel to it. of a galvano. Right, Vs we could say. Current sensitivity was deflection per unit current. Here it will be deflection per unit potential. And potential is nothing but I into R. If we substitute the value of I again, what we will get? Phi upon what? C by a NA B phi into R. Phi will be cancelled and we left with Vs equal to NA B by a CR. Right, almost the same expression, only factor is that resistance will also be there, right? So from this we got Vs is directly proportional to NAB. These are the practical aspect, right? We can't increase up to a certain limit. And the second factor, Vs is inversely proportional to Thornton constant. And the third factor here is Vs is inversely proportional to resistance. Means resistance of the coil should be minimum. So that's all about moving coil galvanometer, right? With this device we conclude this topic. Later on we will talk about how to convert galvano into a meter or voltmeter. Thank you and have a nice day, and keep on subscribing us. Okay.